Okay, so in this video I'm going to demonstrate PostTrans for Xero, which is an Excel add-in, manipulating product item information within Xero. So here I am within Excel. I've got a PostTrans Xero toolbar enabled, and I'm just going to press the examples button. And this lists all the examples that come with PostTrans. So we're going to do product items. So let's just double click on that and that'll open that spreadsheet. I'll just close the blank one that's behind. Just remove that. And there we can see our template. Now it's pre-populated with some data, so you're going to get a feel for what it's all about. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear that, and I'm going to extract my information from my Xero data file. Now before I do that, I'm just going to explain a few things, because up here we've got a setup button. Now the setup button at the top here, it tells me which Xero company we're currently working with. So if I want to change that, I just press the change button. When you use it first, it'll pop up and Xero will ask to authorize PostTrans to talk to your data. Now, if you give it authorization for one company or forget or add more companies, you want to reauthorize it, you just simply press this Xero login button here, which then takes you to that authorization screen within Xero. Anyway, I'm perfectly happy with the demo company, so I'm just going to press OK. And I suppose before we press the extract button, which will pull all the information, let's just mention that effectively PostTrans uses a whole series of tags in row 1 which denote the data in each column. The next 2 rows, you can type anything in there, so you can put your nice little titles in, and then the data goes into row 4 onwards. Let's scroll to the top. Okay, so let's see this in action. Let's press the extract button. And now it's just asking me what we want to pull through. So we're going to pull through everything through, but we could pull through all products that have changed recently within the last X number of days. And there we go. We've only got 11 products in the test company. So let's edit some of these. We're going to change this to Black XL, and of course we could change the price to £55. We're working in sterling here in the UK. So I'm also going to create 3 more stock items. So I'm just going to come in here. I don't know. We'll just give these new codes. Let's call it test 01. And we'll scroll that down there. So we've named them. We're happy with all the other extras, all the other information. Now, it's worth pointing out here that some of these tags have got little arrow ups beside them, and that denotes that we have a thing called in-cell searching. So if I want to look at all my cost of sales nominal accounts, I can just press space and tab away, and PostTrans then shows me everything that I can put this to. So this should be a 300 and let's put it 3 purchases. And you can see there it puts a comma and then the description. So it ignores everything after the comma. So if you were bringing this in from a text file, or you wanted to write a formula for some crazy reason, all you would need in there is 300 and above it 310. You don't need the description after. That's just so you can understand what that denotes. And the same is true over here on the tax. So this is the sales tax. Now, if I typed a 5 in there, then it would match 5% and fill 5% in. Or if I press space, I would see all my different entries and could just select them. And this all happens on invoice entry and all that sort of business too. So that's just a little bit about in-cell searching. So there we've made 1 edit, and we've got 3 records to post into Xero. So let's press the import button. There, it's just given me some information about what it's going to do and some of the default values. I'm just going to press OK. And there we can see we updated 1 record and we wrote in 3 new ones. Now we could switch to Xero and find those records, but anywhere we can see a description with a DBL on means that we can double click on that. So if we go to double click, then it takes us to that item within Xero itself. So we can just edit that item and just check the information was brought through correctly. So now, of course, I really ought to explain this column here because you can see some really strange numbers here. Now, PostTrans writes them in so it can detect any changes in the spreadsheet. So right now, it's processed it, so it shouldn't see any changes. Now, I'm just going to edit that one description there, and I'm just going to press import. It's worth also noting that it caches all its updates, so I think it's like 50 products it caches. So if you were importing 5,000, then it would do whatever 5,000 divided by 50 updates to Xero. And in actual fact, the performance of it is quite a lot faster than some rival Microsoft SQL on-premises systems. But anyway, the point is here, it just detected that one change, that full stop. It didn't reprocess everything. It didn't reprocess the new items that we had on the sheet. So here you could go down and edit all your prices and that such, and just update those. So let's just clear this sheet down. I'm just going to press the clear button at the top there, and it's just asked me whether I want to clear it, and I'm going to go yes. And what I can type in here, I have a find column, so in fact I can pull through individual stock items. So I'm just going to type T, and the in-cell searching kicks in, tabbed out of there, and you can see all the stock items I've got at T, and you can see the 3 new ones we just added. And that just enables me to pull through a couple of stock items. Maybe I want to change the price or edit them for some reason. I can just pull them through like that. Now, I also have another feature in which I could go to another spreadsheet. If I have a list of stock codes here, I'm going to press Control C to copy those, and I'm going to paste that from row 4 onwards into that column. Now when I press the extract button, you'll see PostTrans realizes that there's an actual list popped in there. And if I answer yes, it will extract just those stock codes that were in that list. So again, I can then go in and manipulate them. So one of the great features of PostTrans for Excel is that you can actually set it up to update multiple companies with the same information. So we'd put this list in, and in setup, there's another video on this, so I'm not going to go into it in great detail. But that would then enable me to say to 10 companies, create or update these particular product items, which can save quite a lot of time if you're using multiple companies that you want set up exactly the same.